Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. I want to say thank you for spending some time with me, and I don't want to waste any time before I begin explaining 3 different methods for having an out-of-body experience. So, what does this mean and why should you care? First of all, I think that a question that a lot of people deal with, and maybe like humanity for all time, as a matter of fact, is the question of consciousness. Are you your body? Are you your brain? Are you something else hitching a ride? And while scientifically, I'm not going to be able to answer that question, and I don't think science is anywhere near answering that question, experientially and anecdotally, I can say that I firmly believe that the phenomenon of consciousness is not a locally generated event. I generally kind of think of the brain and the body as functioning more along the lines of a radio or a television as far as receiving signals, the signal being your consciousness. I believe that your mind is separate from your physical form and that your mind comes together with the brain to create your continuity of experience. And today I want to outline 3 different methods, 3 different things that you can do yourself to experiment with this idea and either see where I'm coming from, or you yourself have an experience where you physically separate from your body and project your consciousness elsewhere. But before I get started, I do want to say thank you to my patrons, including my Complete Club members, which include Flem de la Fleming, Chris Curious, Martina Duran, Transcending Void, and Walking on Cats. If you have any interest, please visit patreon.com/American Dragon. I send every patron who wants one a unique handmade postcard every month. In addition to that, our content club, I'm about to get really active on, where I'm posting short stories, fiction, music videos, pretty much anything that falls into the miscellanea category that feels spiritually parallel with what I'm doing here on the channel. So again, please check it out if you're interested in supporting me and my endeavors. Without further ado, I want to talk about the first method of separating yourself from your body. That method is meditation. A lot of you, especially if you've dabbled in this field before, probably could have seen this coming, but it is the essential first step towards attaining an out-of-body experience, and itself could be considered as such. The long and short of it is, the process of meditation is you being present with the sensations of your body. It's you being aware that you are not your body, but you are something experiencing your body. So when you take a moment to close your eyes and you focus on your breath, you feel the breath going in and out. You feel yourself breathing, but you are also being breathed. The breath itself, the motion going in and out of your body into your lungs, these are all things that you can feel happening to you, but they are also something that you are subconsciously doing. To extend this further, your brain is doing much the same thing to you as your lungs are. Your brain is thinking. It is the thinking tool, the thinking organ. And when you meditate, it's not about not thinking. It's not about emptying your mind. It is about observing the thoughts. And if you've never done this before, you will realize very quickly that there is a difference between the thoughts and the observer of the thoughts. A lot of people have this idea that they are a brain in a meat mech. We've definitely seen that before, right? It's a meme. But that's not really the case, because your brain is just more of the mech's machinery. It is not the you. It is not the quantifiable you. And the exercise of meditation allows you to experience that firsthand. If you can observe thoughts, then what are you? And the answer to that is the same as, why can't you turn your eyes around and look at your own face, right? It just doesn't work that way. Your you, there is the you that is an essence, and then there's all of this stuff all of these tools that you're using to perceive life. But the consciousness is independent of these tools, and it is possible to experience consciousness without the experience of having a body. Meditation is the first step to creating that delineation. Meditation sets you up to notice the difference, to understand the difference. And I recommend practicing this regardless. I mean, even if you don't even care about out-of-body experiences, you should just meditate. It's good for you. It helps you take yourself less seriously. It helps yourself understand the world. And it helps you start to tune in to really subtle clues that will move you forward towards your karmic goals. So, method number 2 for experiencing yourself away from your body. This one, again, might seem kind of obvious, but there's a lot to it. Dreaming and lucid dreaming. What happens when we dream? When we dream, you fall asleep and you have a conscious experience, which, depending on your belief, might be generated entirely by your brain or your mind, right? And you exist in that dream without a body. You exist as just consciousness. And if you dream a lot, if you record your dreams, you will have experiences where you are experiencing the consciousness of a lot of people at once, where you're skipping around time, where maybe you do feel a body, but then you don't, or, you know, the examples can go on and on, but dreams can get fairly esoteric in nature. And I believe that a dream gives you insight as to what it means to exist as pure consciousness, rather than consciousness bound to a single physical form. If you decide to take dreaming seriously, you will inevitably begin lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming, if you're unfamiliar, is when while you are asleep, while you are dreaming, you become aware of the fact that you are dreaming and assume some level of awareness or control over the dream scenario in which you find yourself. If you become a lucid dreaming hobbyist, you will run out of things to do. You will run out of superpowers to test out, you will run out of places to fly over, and eventually you just start letting things happen to you. Just like in real life, that is where magic really begins. When you just let things happen to you in your dream world, you start to have meaningful experiences that you are fully present and aware of that are completely separate and detached from your body. Again, this is another opportunity to experience the fact that your consciousness is not bound to your physical form. There are schools of thought that believe that during our dreams, we are astral projecting or experiencing parallel realities of some sort. And this is all just speculative fun time to discuss or think about. But the truth of the matter is, without a doubt, you are having a conscious experience away from your body when you are lucid dreaming. So again, I encourage you, give it a shot. You can start lucid dreaming by doing reality checks throughout the day. Think to yourself periodically, am I dreaming right now? And eventually, in dreams, you will have the compulsion to do that as well. And eventually you're going to say, oh, hell no, I'm not dreaming right now. If you want to know more, there is a video linked down below talking about all the methods that I'm going to describe with you today. So, method number 3 for experiencing your consciousness away from your body is astral projection. Now, this one sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit to me, or at least it did until I just started doing it accidentally. I honestly would not ever in 100 years buy this as reality until a lot of weird stuff happened to me all at once, the major theme of which is the effective and immediate separation of my conscious self from my physical body through astral projection. So what is astral projection? The projection part is important because during astral projection, you are still you and you are still connected to your body, but you are projecting your consciousness. What are you projecting? Are you projecting a ghost or a soul? Well, the best way that I could put it is in the Hindu tradition, they have something called the subtle body, which is the you that you are when you're dreaming. It is the you that you are without your body, but it has the shape of a body. So the subtle body is your spirit body, your spirit form, however you want to think about that. So ways to astral project. Some people hit this by meditation. Some people use certain teas or other organic plant matter to get themselves to this state. I'm a big fan and personally most familiar with doing so through naps. hypnagogia, and hypnopompia, which, if you don't know, are the states of consciousness in between wakefulness and sleep. On the way in, hypnagogia; on the way out, hypnopompia. Okay? So what you're doing, effectively, if you're trying to astral project, is you are working to maintain your consciousness and maintain your waking mind's observability while simultaneously allowing your body to fall asleep. This is most easily accomplished while you are well rested already and perhaps taking a nap during the daytime or something like that, but there's no rules. Whatever works for you is going to work. And what happens is, while you are laying there and your body comes to rest, but your mind has a certain level of awareness, you will get these vibrations going through your body. A sensation of, I now equate it to like spirituality. I used to just think it felt like I was being electrocuted or something like that, but you'll get these vibrations. And if you're a dream hobbyist, or if you are a meditator, you may have actually already experienced these, especially in your crown chakra, when you're really in the zone while you're meditating and you feel that like jolt of energy go down your body. It's like that. It's like your body fills up with that. And the way that I see this is, it is an invitation to leave. Now, what you do is you try to move your subtle body without moving your physical body. And it might take a few tries, because presumably this is something that you've never tried to do before. But I started with just lifting a hand. And lo and behold, it happened. My hand lifted, separated from my physical body. Another thing that works for a lot of people is called the roll out method, okay? Like Mill Tank. You go to roll out of bed and you might just roll your subtle body right outside of your physical body. It is a huge trip when you feel this. A lot of people think that they have died, and I promise you that you didn't die. It is a very bizarre feeling. It can be a little bit scary, but what's happening is that you are separating from your physical form, but what you're separating is a projection of your own consciousness, using the subtle body to navigate astral space. And there is a lot to be done there. There is so much cool and wild shit in astral space that if you have the mind of a seeker and you're curious about this, I really encourage you to give it a shot and to see what happens, because more than anything, this will peel back the layers. And if you're looking for some sort of belief, if you're looking for some sort of truth to hold on to, that you are more than your body, this is where you can find it, naturally and legally. This is where you can find it. So if you make the effort to learn how to astral project, the foundation remains meditation, and lucid dreaming helps, because it's important to note that astral projection, while I believe that it is in the same family as lucid dreaming, it is another state of consciousness. It feels distinctly different. And there is no real way to describe that besides what I would say is a sense of hyper reality, a sensation that what you're experiencing is actually somehow more real than what you were experiencing before. Very similar to the feeling when you wake up from a very convincing dream and you go, oh, well, of course I was dreaming, but at the time you really thought it was real. Well, astral projection gives that dream feeling to life. You pop out and you say, oh, this is very familiar. And for a lot of people, you naturally know how to move around. And then you realize that life is more similar to a dream than you originally thought. It's very turtles all the way down. There's infinite layers in both directions, but you can pop out, you can poke your head above the water, above the clouds, and see what the hell's going on to a limit. You're going to find a lot of interesting stuff during astral projection. You will find entities, you will find guardians, you will find spaces that you can't access. If you would like me to talk more about astral projection, meditation, or lucid dreaming in general, please let me know in the comments what interests you the most about all of this. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. I'm really, really good about answering questions and responding to comments because I have very few subscribers. So we're in a sweet spot right now where I'm able to very much treasure each interaction that I have. So please feel free to pop in. Another thing I want to give a shout out to If you want to talk to more people about stuff like this without the concern that you sound crazy, I would like to personally invite you to our Discord server. The Discord server link will be located in the info box in the video description below. Please join us. We have a dedicated astral projection and dreams channel where a whole community talk about this kind of wild stuff all the time. And it's actually really helpful to be able to compare notes and get an idea for what's local to you and what is a more globally experienced thing. There you have it. 3 methods to separate from your body that do not include dying. Again, questions, comments, you know where to put them, and I will see you very soon. Remember that I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.